Okay, this is part three. I'm sorry I had to do this in three parts. And because these topics are very serious, heavy topics, many of them might be in two or three parts. I hope you bear with me and understand that I just want to give you the most info I can, share the most of my experience and my journey. And in some way, you can relate to me or thought, okay, now we understand. That would be good. It's a way for me to express myself, vent if you want to call it, or just share. This is what my YouTube channel is about: sharing my passion for beauty, hair, and makeup, sharing my experiences in life, things about my family, about my relationship, about my cooking journey, about all the journeys and things that I do in my life, just sharing my life and my family with you. And so I thought, what better than start a series of topics that I have experience and in some way I can relate to, or have some information that might help other marriages or other people going through those certain topics that I'll be talking about. So I wanted to just give you some statistics. Now, as you know, we have an autistic child. So the rate of divorce with parents of an autistic child is super, super high, sadly. 80%. The Divorce and Autism Parents Study by the University of Wisconsin-Madison and the Kennedy Krieger Institute, 80% of parents who have an autistic child get a divorce. That is too high. This is a time when the parents should pull even closer together and gather strength from each other. It is not easy by any means. It's probably one of the hardest things. The journey has its beautiful, beautiful moments. I wouldn't trade my son for the world. But it also has its hard and its sad times. So if two parents can pull from that love and that strength for them and for their child, this could better help their child. Please don't give up. If you can do everything and anything you can to keep your marriage together, that child needs you more than ever. But the rate is high. Sadly, not everybody can handle it. One person gives up more than the other. It's a lot. It's mentally, emotionally, and physically really hard and sometimes draining. But like I said, I love my son to smithereens. I don't see it as a burden or something that I can't handle or something that's too much. Yeah, there's moments where I cry so much. There's moments where I'm depressed, where I have anxiety, but not so much for me. Yes, there's feelings of, this is really hard, this is really sad, but more so for my son. Can I get him through the journey that he has to go through? And me and my husband have pulled together. Like I said, I created the first and only march here in the town that we live in. We just had our 9th year. Next year will be our 10th year. It's April 2nd, which is World Autism Awareness Day. So we provide everything: the food, the desserts, the drinks, which is blue juice, which blue is the theme color of autism, water bottles, blue desserts. We provide pizza. I do galore amounts of gift baskets that I provide, games, activities, awards, just everything. And I can't wait to our next time. It's going to be our 10th year. So we pulled together as a couple, as parents for this boy that needs us more than ever, and he'll need us forever. But even my children, they are my driving force. Like I said, my daughter, she's one of my daughter's computer savvy, so she does all the photography, all the slideshows, the videos, the editing, the flyers, all of that. My other daughter is really artistic. She freelance draws, she can sew, she can sing, she can do everything. So she does our banners, she does our shirts, anything that's art, she does it. My husband sets up the stage and gathers the table and anything that we'll be needing for that particular march. And of course, I'm the creator, and I have the ideas, and I put everything together, and I do all the gift baskets myself. This year I have some people that want to volunteer and help me in putting the baskets together, so that'll be fun. But yeah, unfortunately, the divorce rate is hard. I would recommend that you guys see, if you know anybody that has an autistic child or that are autistic parents or yourself, to see song Missing Pieces by Mark Leland. It's a very old song. Back then, the rate in children is 1 in every 150 children were autistic. Now it's 1 in every 68. So it's getting higher and higher. When I first started, it was 1 in every 150. Then the next 2 years, it was 1 in every 110. Then we went down to 1 in every 88. Now we're down to 1 in 68. And I heard we're actually down to 1 in every 48, if I'm not mistaken. But I know anything and everything about autism. I had to educate myself. This is just, it's my labor of love. And so, yeah, so we're the fortunate couple, but the rate of divorce is 80%. Now, the rate of divorce in Hispanics is, study shows Black and non-Hispanic women have the least chance of long marriages, and Asian non-Hispanic women have the best chance of a long marriage. 66% of Hispanic children live with two married parents. Divorce rates in the world, 53%. It's high. Spain, Portugal, Luxembourg, I think it's called, the Czech Republic, and Hungary are the worst with the divorce rates higher than 60%. Belgium with the highest at 70%. The lowest official rate country is Chile, with 3% as of May 25th, 2014. 40 to 50% of married couples in the U.S. divorce. So those are some statistics that I researched. And of course, with the autism, I know the rate pretty much because I've studied autism and, of course, my own personal journey with my son. So, yeah. So my advice is, if you still love each other, and even if you've gone through hard and sometimes which might have kind of dented into your trust, dented into your respect, if there's any hope at all to save your marriage, please do so. Don't give up. I know back in the day, people stick together, and sometimes people allow abuse. You know, God isn't stupid. I know the Bible says you can divorce if there's adultery or there's death, but I don't think God is stupid, or people don't give him credit enough to know that if you're abused in any kind of way, that because it's not clarified in the Bible that you should stay. Absolutely not. Nobody deserves to be abused, and a lot of women die of domestic violence. Like you saw in part 1, I'm a domestic violence survivor. I was the lucky one. There are many ones that don't survive. So things like that, especially abuse, mentally, physically, or verbally, do not get out. Get out as fast, and as soon as it's safe to get out, get the help. There's shelters, there's stuff there. I know it's not easy, and it's very scary. Trust me, I was there. Even though at the end I ended up defending myself, but I took a huge chance, as you heard my story. But, my next topic will be fidelity. So, some people can forgive infidelity, and I think it depends on the person and what really happened. Every situation is different. Some people could get over arguments. Some people could get over lies and stuff. It just, each couple, each person is different. So not every one situation is the same. So it depends on who you are, what you're willing to accept and not accept, what you can look over, what you can overcome without being a fool either. Because the Bible does says, don't suffer fools gladly. So sometimes we mistaken when God says you need to forgive to be forgiven. That's true. But at the same time, God says, don't suffer fools gladly. So it's okay to forgive, but you don't need to have that person in your life, to hurt you again. So, people don't give God credit. He already knew what was going to happen to us in the future. He already knew. That's what the Bible is for. We have those Old Testament with those old stories that we could look to for examples and what happened back then. And we have the New Testament that helps us for what we're going through now. So, if you can save your marriage any way possible without abuse, no physical, mental, verbal abuse, unacceptable. But if for other reasons you can you can save your marriage, and if there's still love, if there's no love, no nothing, there's nothing to work for. But if you can save your marriage and there's still love for yourselves and especially for your children. Now, I used to be the one to say don't stay for your children because you're actually affecting your children. I was affected as a child of physical abuse with my parents. But like I said, every situation is different. Not one situation is exactly alike. But if there is no physical, mental, or emotional abuse, if There's still love there, but you can work on getting trust and the respect that was dented back. Save your marriage. Work, give it your all. Give it your all. And think about keeping your family together, especially if they're children. But know your boundaries. Know what you may make a firm thing about. This is what I will accept. This is what I can forgive. And this is what I cannot accept. Also, make a list. This is, and I learned this from therapy and from personal experience. Make a list of all the good things that your partner does for you and all the negative things, and see which one outweighs the other. If the good outweighs the bad, then you have a chance. You have hope. So read your Bible. I mean, every now and then I have to dip back into it. Pray. Pray is so important. Pray with everything you have. Pray by yourself if you have to. If you can pray with your partner, the better. There's a movie that I want to recommend. It's called Fireproof. That is an amazing marriage movie. It's about marriage, forgiving, respecting, trust, what role God plays in it, what role the Bible plays in it. It is the best movie. And I heard about this movie one day. I went to church, and I've been a non-denominational Christian, and I've been a Catholic. And so it was in the Catholic Church. I was at Mass one night, and the priest said, there's this song that I want you to hear. He played it, which was weird because you never see that in a Catholic church. I love the music, the soundtrack of the movie. Get that. The inspiration of those songs for marriage is one of a kind. It will change your marriage in a heartbeat. And he said, and I'm also going to recommend you go see this movie. And I thought, a movie without violent sex that a priest is recommending? What is going on? So I ran and got the movie, and I've watched it so many times. I've given it to people. I've passed it on to people, and I had to rebuy it so many times. But that movie will change your life. It will change your marriage. It will give you hope. It will change your aspect. The best movie out there that can tell you everything. It is a huge hope into saving your marriage and changing it and doing the right things as far as a couple, as God's perspective about marriage. What does the Bible say about marriage? How to implant your faith, how to just as a couple, not even if you're not a spiritual or religious person, you can benefit from this movie. And I'm going to put it on pause, and I'm going to show you the movie I'm talking about. Okay, this is the movie. Looks like I'm not focused. Fireproof. It's Never Leave Your Partner Behind. It's with Kirk Cameron and Aaron Bethia. It's the #1 inspirational movie in America. I'm telling you, if you feel like there's no chance, no hope of saving this marriage, before you walk out that door, please, I beg you to see this movie. If it doesn't change after that, then go ahead and step out the door. If that's a firm 100% decision and there's no other choice and this didn't help, go ahead. But please, before you do, see this movie. If you've seen it already, see it again. I'm telling you, each time I see it, I get more and more from it. You think, I already saw it, I got it. No, see it again and again. See it with your partner, please. That's even better. See, I saw it by myself the first couple of times, and then when I finally got my husband to see it with me, and it really helped us a lot. Now, in this movie, oh my God, it is just, these people are amazing. I can't see without my glass. It says, from the creators of Facing the Giants comes a powerful tale of triumph, honor, and forgiveness. Kirk Cameron, Left Behind, stars as Caleb Holt, a heroic fire captain who values dedication and service to others above all else. But the most important partnership in his life, his marriage, is about to go up in smoke. The gripping story follows one man's desire to transform his life and marriage through the healing power of faith and fully embrace the fireman's code. Never leave your partner behind. Oh my God, it is amazing from beginning to end. You will get a renewed hope, a renewed faith. You will learn so incredibly much. It will change your life. I'm telling you, I bought this maybe 7 or 8 times because I've passed it on to others and they have benefited from. So please, please, Fireproof. You could get it on DVD. You could rent it. You could get it on Amazon. It might be on Netflix. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it lately, and I don't know about Hulu, but definitely you can rent it. They have it at Walmart all the time. I haven't exactly seen it lately, but you can find it. You will find it. If you have to go to a video rental place, if you have to go to Target or Best Buy, a lot of times they will have it because this movie is, I can't remember what year it is. This was a few years ago. This was, oh, when did I see this? 2010 is when I saw it. I believe it was 2009 or 2010, so it's probably made that year or a year before. I can't see without my glasses the year. No, I can't see without my glasses. So, Fireproof with Kirk Cameron, Aaron Bethia. So, and in that movie, it talks about the love dare. And I don't want to give you too much of the movie, but his father really helps him, really gets involved and helps him and tells him about a love dare. And he went through it with his wife. And so he went through it from personal experience, and he tries to pass it on to his son, and he sees the desperation of helping his son to try to save his marriage, and he does it through the love dare. And he writes, the book is written, but then he changes it from his story to like a basic story so that his son might take it better if it came from him. That's how he feels. So I have it in hardback and I have it in paperback. So I got these, I think at Walmart. The paperback was $12.64. The hardback was $16.97. Might be cheaper now because it's been a few years. But you can actually buy these, and actually after you see the movie, you could do your own love dare with your partner. So the book is set up where you can read. You're going to do the same thing that Caleb does. So, and you could even give it as a gift. Present it to, buy, and the date. It says the love dare. So I don't know if you saw when I did the first page. So you can give it as a gift. Present it to someone, buy someone, the date. If you want to help someone's marriage or to yourself. It's called the love dare in the inside. Love Dare again is by Stephen and Alex Hendricks, which are brothers. It says, receive this as a warning. This 40-day journey cannot be taken lightly. It is a challenging and often difficult process, but an incredibly fulfilling one. To take this dare requires a resolute mind and a steadfast determination. It is not meant to be sampled or briefly tested, and those who quit early will forfeit the greatest benefits. If you will commit to a day at a time for 40 days, the results could change your life and your marriage. Consider it a dare from others who have done it before you. And it has scripture in here. And then it talks about the scriptures from the beginning. And then it says, if I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but do not have love, I have become a noisy gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and know all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains but do not have love, I am nothing. And if I give all my possessions to feed the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned but do not have love, it profits me nothing. It's 1 Corinthians 13 verses 1 through 3. And then it's, there you go, day one. It tells you what to do on day one and what scripture you can look up and base it on. And then you fill it in here. It has the blank pages. You fill it. So you're doing the love dare with your partner. Day one, love is patience. And then after you read what you're supposed to do, what your dare is, and the scriptures that support that, then you go here and explain what you did. Did it help you? Did it not help you? How did it benefit? What your reaction is, what your partner's reaction is. So it's a whole love dare. And then you go on and on. So these are the books. Like I say, you could get it in hardback or paperback. I like both. This one's more flexible to take with me. This one's more so for at home. And I'll tell you, I haven't totally done the love dare yet because we haven't. We've done it as far as the movie, but I haven't written it down in here. But I want to one day actually physically write down. I don't know why I didn't go ahead and write it down. I was seeing the movie a couple times myself and trying to get my husband to see it, and he finally saw it. So he wasn't ready at the time into writing. He's not a writer. I'm a writer big time. So I thought if we could just do the dare from the movie, then that's a good start. But one day I want to physically just start it. And you can start it without your partner knowing. You don't have to have your partner. You don't both do the books. This is something you can try to do it together. I don't know how that would work, but it's definitely maybe the better. You do. Maybe you can buy a book for you and a book for your husband, so he could do it on his own when he's ready. You could do it whenever you want. You don't have to do it at the exact same time. But if you both could do it to each other, that would be even something so beautiful. But if it's just you doing it, then you go ahead and do it. And you don't have to tell him, I'm doing the love dare on you. You know that, right? So watch yourself. No, it's about him not knowing that you're doing it, but you're doing it. Because you want the honest, purest reaction to if this is working and what you're doing. So I hope I explained myself. If you have any questions, put in the comments. I'll be happy to answer when it comes to how to do this, or, where you can get the book or whatever. It says, unconditional love is eagerly promised at weddings, but rarely practiced in real life. As a result, romantic hopes are often replaced with disappointment in the home, but it doesn't have to stay that way. The Love Dare is a 40-day challenge for husbands and wives to understand and practice unconditional love. Whether your marriage is hanging by a thread or healthy and strong, the Love Dare is a journey you need to take. It's time to learn the keys to finding true intimacy and developing a dynamic marriage. Take the dare. Love bears all things. Love believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. 1 Corinthians 13:7-8. Dare to love. That's on the back of the book. So yeah. So I'm going to do the Love Dare physically in the book, not just from the movie. With my husband, I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to do it. I mean, we're in such a good place right now. Such a good place. And we recently, I believe last year, went through something hard. Not horribly hard, but we had that moment. And again, our love for each other is so deep and so big. And, the importance of keeping our family together, and our son who's autistic, and the communication is what brought us through that hard time. It wasn't something bad or horrible. It was just like a spot that we were in that we just was tough to get past. But and maybe then I should have started the Love Dare. But I definitely going to be doing it in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks at the most. Physically writing it down, physically taking it step by step, instead of doing it by the movie was great as well. It worked and I learned so much, but physically doing it from the book is going to be an amazing treasure. And so in your marriage, it's constant work. It's work forever. It's just we work, we got through, and we'll never have another challenge, another problem. Sadly, it doesn't work that way. So just keep that love strong, keep that faith and that hope strong, and know what love is worth fighting for. Oh, and the soundtrack to the movie, I don't have it with me. It's in my car. But do buy the soundtrack as well. Keep it in your car. Keep one at home. Download it. Do whatever you have to do to keep it with you. Put it in your phone. Download it. There's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Play Music. You could download it for free, and you can hear those songs anytime, every time. They're the most encouraging. They're beautiful. I mean, those songs itself can take you through and give you that hope and faith. So imagine the movie. And watch the movie as many times as you can or as you want. Just don't stop at one time. Imagine the movie, the books, actually doing the Love Dare, and the soundtrack. You're going to thank me. Not that you have to, but if in some way this has helped you, that's all that matters to me, because it helped me and it helped many friends that I passed it on to. And so why not do it to my subscribers? So I think that's it as far as marriage. If I think of anything else, I'll write it in the description or do another video later. I'm going to have to do these same videos in Spanish, so there might be a Spanish version. I know I have to say this all over again in another language, but I have a lot of Spanish subscribers as well as English, so I have to, satisfy them both, because it means the world to me to really reach out to as many people as I want, especially family, friends, people that I don't know that are just my faithful subscribers or just coming onto my channel wanting to know who I am and what I'm about. So don't forget that, and be blessed, and I wish you all the blessings and the happiness in the world with yourselves, with your marriage, with your children, with your family. So yeah, keep me and my family in your prayers if you're a spiritual person, or wish us luck. If you're not a spiritual person, just say, hey, good luck. Again, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Once you subscribe, hit that bell so you can get all notifications on my video. This YouTube channel is a complete channel. It has beauty, hair, makeup. It has my family, my life, my journeys. I'm on a cooking journey that I'll be uploading as well. I'm going to go back and forth between beauty. The topics, again, the next one will be fidelity, sex, being a mom, what's it like being an autistic mom, friendship, relationship with your children, relationship with God. I mean, just domestic violence, everything you could possibly think of, I'm going to cover that I've had personal experience with, or I've had some kind of connection, or family or friend member has gone through, and I was involved in trying to support them and help them or pray for them. Any kind of little or huge connection, or myself being through it. So look forward to all those connections. I'm also going to be doing a Jenni Rivera series. I'm watching her Mariposa de Barrio, her life story. They had another one that wasn't supported by the family, that wasn't accurate at all, had a bunch of lies and all this other kind of stuff that they said. I'm loving Mariposa de Barrio. I'm a huge Jenni Rivera fan. Me and her life has so much in common. 90% of our lives are completely alike. And there's that 10% where she's Mexican, I'm Puerto Rican. She has 5 children, I have 4. So there are some differences. I'm older than her, and hope to God I don't die early like her. So there are some differences. I can't sing to save my life. So there are some differences, but she means everything to me. Okay, I'm back to finish the video. My husband just came home. So anyway, again, I wish you all of life's happiness and blessings in your partnership, even if you're not officially or physically married, or if you're married, even better. But yeah, whatever relationship you're in, I wish you all of life's happiness and blessings. Please, please watch the movie Fireproof. Buy the books. Do the Love Dare. It will change your marriage. It will change your life. I'm telling you, it did mine and my marriage, and for many friends and family that I have passed it on to. If you have any questions, or just want to let me know, hey, I did it, thank you, it worked, or just not even thank you, hey, I did it, it did work, or it didn't work for me, but I appreciate you recommending it, or I'll pass it on to other friends and family. Hey, you know, it's all about positivity and supporting each other and helping each other, whether it's recommending something or sharing our experiences. So that's my experience with marriage. If I have anything else to say, I'll do a small video to add on to whatever that I may have forgotten to say or share with you. But yeah, so I hope this was enlightening, and no judgments. I mean, none of us are perfect. We just try to live as good as life as we can, as positive as we can. No, we're not bad people. We're not trying to hurt people. And if I can save you from making mistakes that I've made, or from going through what I have gone through, hey, that's what this is all about. So yes, so thank you for watching and hearing my journey, my experience with marriage, the statistics and any information that I could give, that I've given to you. I'm recommending the movie and the books, and actually doing the Love Dare. So yeah, let me know what you think, and if you did it and how it worked, or if you have anything to contribute, that would be great, and I would really appreciate it. So don't forget, thumbs up this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell to get notifications, and until my next video, be blessed.